Hi everybody, welcome to this webinar. My name is Jody. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer for a few more people to join us. In the meantime, those of you that are here, could you just type in the chat box quickly where exactly you are in the world? I see a few names that I know there. I've been chatting to via email. Hi Byron. Byron's in East London. Joburg, Cape Town, nice. I see, Pretoria, okay, all right. All right, we're just going to wait a little bit longer now. Stay on the line here. We'll get started shortly. Belinda, hello. That's great to see you here again. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be getting underway shortly, okay? Let's just wait for a few more people to join us. Cape Town again, Durban. That's good. Welcome. I'm sitting here in Spain, and you would think it's sunny Spain, but it has been raining for 6 weeks nonstop. I'm sorry to complain about the rain for the people in Cape Town. I understand. But you know humans, right? If it's raining, we want it hot, and if it's hot, we want it raining. All right, a few more people joining up. If you're just joining us, we're going to get going in a minute. In the meantime, if you've just logged on, just type in the chat box there at the bottom where exactly you are in the world at the moment. I had some sign-ups. I saw somebody from Seattle in Washington in the United States join up as well. Just want to see if everybody's here. And also, just if you can tell me the quality of the audio, how's that? So I can make some adjustments if it's... Okay, thanks, Angelique. Good. All right. Here we go. Good stuff. All right, I think we've waited long enough. We're already a little bit over schedule, over the time we wanted to start. Anyway, let's get going. So anyway, everybody, hi, and welcome to this webinar today, how to get started teaching English online with eTefl Online. My name is Jody van der Westhuizen. I'm originally from South Africa as well, but I am a TEFL teacher now, and I have been for many years, and I've been working here in Spain. And yeah, I'll introduce myself as we go along. Right, today, in this webinar, I'm going to show you how to start your own online career while having the freedom to set your own hours, be your own boss, and all while earning US dollars and without even having to leave your house. All right. This doesn't have to be only for without having to leave your house. I know there's a lot of people that want to work from home, but I know lots of people as well that are traveling the world and doing this at the same time. They just take their laptops with them, and they, wherever they are in the world, they can open up and teach classes, and that's how they pay for their travel. So I know I've been focusing a lot on teaching from home as well, but there are options available to you with this, okay? So if you stay till the end, I'm going to give you a very special gift that I've been working on to help get your new online career as a teacher started and to help you potentially earn even more money. I'm very excited about this, something I've been working on, and I've Belinda actually here, in Belinda Rawstorn, yeah? She's also been helping with this. She knows what I'm talking about. But you'll have to wait until the end to see what we've been working on, all right? I'm very excited about this, and I hope you will be too. All right, so before we begin, I'd like to get you all to turn off those mobile phones. All right, log out of Facebook. Get rid of all these distractions. I've already turned off my phone. I forgot the iPad. Turn that off too. Get out of all your little things that are going to bother you now today, because I need your full attention for this presentation. All right, let's get going. My name is Jody, as I said, and I'm a TEFL teacher here in Spain, and I'm also the owner of eTefl Online. That's a photo of me there in my classroom. This was many years ago, in my younger days, but not that long ago, I suppose. Teaching some of my kids. Yeah, I work in an academy in a small town here on the south coast. All right, so I did an online TEFL course in 2006, and I've been working as a teacher now for 13 years. And I have taught literally thousands of students, and I've helped hundreds of them, if not more, gain international qualifications to go abroad, to get degrees, to get jobs, all those kind of things, right? And I have never been unemployed, unless by choice, due to the chagrin of my wife a bit. But anyway, since I started my TEFL career, I've decided, at some points, I've decided not to work, but that's the only time that I've not had any employment. The demand for teachers is just really, really high. All right. A few years ago, I started working with Cambridge English Language Assessment. Now, I don't know if any of you are familiar with I know everyone's familiar with the University of Cambridge, but perhaps not with their English language department. Anyway, they run these exams that are the international standard by which employers, universities, and governments measure people's English language ability. So foreign people, foreign speakers who would like to get a job abroad, or would like to immigrate. For example, if you want to immigrate to Australia, you have to pass a language exam. But if you have this Cambridge level of a C1, I think it is, the advanced level, then you don't have to do a test. So it's internationally recognized. And I've been working with Cambridge University as an exam center supervisor as well. So I've been in the middle of all of this in the language training world now for many, many years and at various levels, okay? So this is something that I've been focusing on a lot, and this has brought me in a bit more money as well. I would suggest that as your teaching career advances, that you do the same as well. Start focusing on one particular area, become a specialist in an area, and that way you can demand more money in a way. All right, so 2 years ago, I partnered with the ITO, that's the International TEFL Organization, to promote their courses, and I founded eTefl Online. So together we have helped over 15,000 people get their TEFL qualifications, and 93% of those people have gone on to find employment. And like I said, to this day, I'm still working as a TEFL teacher. So I want to be clear and upfront with this, that eTefl, my company, we do not run the courses ourselves, all right? I've made agreements with various people in the industry and with TEFL course providers and with recruiters and other TEFL professionals to put together these packages and negotiated better deals. So if you had to go to them directly, you'd actually end up paying more. So I'm here to help you, really, okay? So let's look at the next slide. Over the last year, I have seen massive growth in the online teaching market, all right? I want to share some statistics with you that I've learned. In 2010, the e-learning industry was worth $32 billion. Now, when I say the e-learning industry, I mean online learning in general, not just English teaching, but the entire industry. $32 billion, that's 2010. In 2015, it was $107 billion. And the projection by 2025 is to be $325 billion worth. Now, this extra money is not coming from students paying more. This is coming from more students. And with more students online, meaning they need more teachers. The demand is growing exponentially. And I see every day online. I'm on lots of forums and I'm on lots of Facebook groups and chatting to people all the time. And the demand for English teachers every single day, just jobs, jobs, jobs. All right. So the fact that if you're concerned that afterwards you won't be able to get a job, you will eventually, I promise you. It may not be the second that you qualified, but you will definitely get a job. In fact, I've spoken to the course provider and we guarantee it. Okay? So this is an amazing opportunity, specifically for South Africans. I see that most of the people on this call, if not all, are South Africans, all right? So you don't even have to leave South Africa. So I realize the traditional idea of TEFL is doing this course and then traveling the world. Most people think of TEFL, you think of teaching in Thailand. A lot of people can't go to Thailand. You have families, you have jobs, or you just don't have the resources to do so. All right, so this is a very viable option, an alternative to that. And you're going to earn US dollars. And sure, you cannot underestimate the power of the US dollar in South Africa. My brother, for example, lives in Cape Town. He works for an American company and earns US dollars, and he is raking it in. He's doing very, very well for himself. And basically, with the exchange rate fluctuating so much, he gets a raise every month almost. So for South Africans, as I said, this opportunity to earn US dollars while living in South Africa should not be dismissed lightly. All right, you've got that favorable exchange rate. You can work full time, you could work part time, you could make it a career, or you could help supplement your income with no need to quit your job. So if you're working right now and you just want to earn some extra money on the side, you can do this quite easily. You don't even have to be in the same industry. You don't have to be an English teacher or anything like that. Okay. You can travel and work to fund your expenses. Like I mentioned at the beginning, I know some people that are traveling the world at the moment and just teaching online, open up whenever they land in their country of, you know, their destination, they open up their laptop, teach a few classes, and they get paid. And that's how they fund their travels. So the options are endless. You, like I said, full-time, part-time, at home, abroad. As long as you've got an internet connection, you're grand. All right? So do you want me to show you how to get started fast, to get that first $500, that first $1,000, or even $2,000 deposited into your bank account without all the hassle and stress of having to figure it out on your own? Yeah? All right. Because I'm going to show you. This is the whole point of this. Okay. So can you imagine waking up when you decide and working from your lounge? All right. This is not, I'm not even joking with you, this picture. All right. This is very possible. Some classes require you to have the video camera on. And while you've got the camera on, of course, your background has to be appropriate. Maybe you're teaching kids, maybe you're teaching adults, all right? But other classes are just audio. So you could literally be sitting in your pajamas, on your couch, chatting to people from all over the world and getting paid for it. I posted, I don't know if you've been following me on the Facebook page, but I posted a blog from a woman about 3 or 4 days ago. She works online, and in her blog, it's a typical day in her life. She works full-time, and she spends the entire day in her pajama pants. She never takes them off, all right? Because even in the video classes, you only ever see her from the waist up, all right? So it's not such an exaggeration, all right? Or can you imagine being at home when your kids come back from school? Maybe you're a mother or a father and you want to work from home, like me, all right? Being able to go to their school plays, their rugby matches. I wrote rugby. It could be soccer. It could be cricket. I'm just being general, all right? This is the reason I work online as well, so that I can be here for my kids. Because they're still young. I want to hang out with them before they become teenagers, and then they're too cool for me. So take advantage. So you've got all these options that are open to you, all right? So if you could work from home or for fewer hours and had a constant stream of US dollars coming in, what would you do differently? I know what I would do. That's why I put that picture there, all right? And I have been there quite recently. That was for my anniversary. But yeah, these options, traveling the world, for example. I know for a lot of South Africans, when you want to travel, especially if you've got kids or if you've got a family and you want to move abroad, it's a huge investment just to go over if you're working in South African rands. But if you're earning US dollars, this is not an option. This is not an issue for you, at least, okay? This makes things a whole lot easier. You can start saving up for whatever you want to do, that dream holiday, or you want to help pay off your house, or you've got some debt, or you just want to get some extra spending money. It's the options, like I say, so many options for South Africans doing this. And the best part is that you don't even have to set up a business. You don't have to find your students. You don't have to worry about payroll, bookkeeping, all of those things, all those typical things that are involved in working online and having an online business. All right? You don't need to create invoices or be a salesperson, none of that. All right? All that is done for you. You just have to show up on time and chat to interesting people from all over the world. Perhaps your thing, you love kids and you want to work with kids. That's great. A lot of these companies, especially Chinese companies, focus on kids. Maybe you don't want to teach kids, you want to teach adults. Maybe you want to teach business people. Maybe you just want to do conversational English. There are companies that focus on all of these things. Some are dedicated to one and others are open to all of these different ones, okay? So we'll talk about them in a bit. All right, so this is just a quote here that I threw in from Caroline Chadwell. She's an English teacher as well, teaching online. And she says, it is very difficult to explain what it means to teach English online and how much fulfillment it has given me these past 2 years. Every day I wake up and I'm welcomed into the living rooms of Chinese families that I've never met before. She obviously teaches a lot in China, and most of these companies are based in China, as I said. So I've built relationships with people in multiple countries. I've been invited to a wedding in Brazil, offered kung fu lessons in Taiwan, and taken dance lessons in Costa Rica. All right, you've got to realize this as well. Like, we talk about this as making dollars online and earning money and getting a job, but it's also changing people's lives. You're a teacher in this context, right? So you may think that while you can speak English every day and you go online and you're speaking English to people, that it's nothing, it's no big deal. But to some of these people, it's a massive deal. I mean, you are helping them improve their lives. You're helping them get a job to improve their English so they can get better employment so they can support their families. I mean, people all over the world. You're going to really make a difference in their life. And this is why I've done it for so long as well. And this is why I want to be in this industry as well. And just keep on helping other people to enrich other people's lives. Okay? Before we continue, I would like this to cover this immediately. This is my cover myself, all right? Results may vary. Like I will walk you through every step, all right? I'll get you qualified to teach. I'll get you a professional CV. We'll give you all the resources, support, and I'll help you get that first job interview. But in the end, it's down to you, okay? This is like any other profession. You have to work at it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's not for everybody, all right? Some of you will make a great success from this opportunity, and others won't, all right? But I am willing to show all of you how to do this in this free webinar, okay? I just want to make that very clear with everybody. All right, so let's start. How you can start an online teaching career, be your own boss, work your own hours, earn dollars, and you never even have to leave your own house. All right. Now, some of the benefits. Why would you want to teach English online? Perhaps you've never even considered teaching English online. So you can teach English online from anywhere in the world, whether you're inside your home country or abroad. You can work as few or as many hours as you please. Some companies I know require a minimum of 3 hours a week. Some require a minimum of 6. Some require a minimum of 20. So it depends. You set your own schedule. You can gain experience in the field of online teaching, one of the fastest growing areas in education in the world, as well as the opportunity to hone your teaching skills. Like we talked about it, like I mentioned earlier, the e-learning industry growing so rapidly. So the ability to gain teaching experience for your resume before or after you teach English abroad. This is another option. Perhaps you do want to go abroad and teach English. So you can work online first, gain that experience, and then you go abroad. So whether you're teaching English abroad or you're working in an entirely different industry, you could teach English online, part-time, to supplement your income. I was just speaking to somebody recently. I don't know who's here today on the, I can't see his name. Anyway, he works full-time and he's just asking if he can work at the weekends. And that's all he wants to do. So you could make this a full-time career, or you could just work weekends or evenings or mornings, whatever suits you. All right, because most of these companies obviously targeting people from all over the world, so they're different time zones. So if they want afternoon classes, maybe the morning for you. Maybe there's a country in the world where they're working in the morning and it's afternoon for you. So there's lots of flexibility in your schedule. So there are several reasons as well that students would want to do English classes online over the traditional classroom approach. One is efficiency. So neither the teacher nor the student needs to commute to the classroom, therefore saving time and money. There's less distraction. When teaching one-on-one or in a small group, there are fewer students and overall less distractions to detract from that lesson. Backtracking. Some online English teaching platforms have capabilities to record the class and use it for reference at a later date. This way, the student always has something to look back on. So in-person classes, you cannot do that. And I teach in-person classes a lot. So I know that, what did we say last week? What did we do yesterday? And you have to go running through the book again to try and find it. You can record all of your classes, and so can the student, and they can go back and look. This also helps when you're writing reports. All right, so you can go back and say, oh yes, look how they've improved from last week or last month. All right, so you can always have that record of improvement. It's cheaper, of course. An online English class is often cheaper than an in-person class at a language school. All right, so cost is a major factor, and flexibility. So the in-person classes at a language school often require you to be in attendance, they always require you to be in attendance on a set day and time. So if you're a student, online English classes allow you to pick the time you would like your lesson to be, and if you're a teacher, you get to set your own hours. So this is especially beneficial for adult students that are already working part-time or full-time jobs. And you'll find that a lot in your English teaching career, that a lot of the adults that you work with are working. They can't always be at the time that they want to be, that the schools are having classes. So they really, really enjoy teaching or learning online. Okay, but what it really boils down to is this freedom. That's one word. Freedom for you, freedom for the students. All right, so I'm going to share with you these 3 little secrets to getting back your freedom. All right, secret number 1 is that anyone can do this. Maybe you've heard people talking to you about this. You told them about teaching online. Oh, I saw this cool thing online. And they're like, oh, no, you've got to be a teacher. You've got to have a teaching degree. You've got to have this. You've got to do that. It's not true. Many, many people can do this. Most people can. The second secret is you can make more money in a few hours than you're making in a whole day now. Perhaps you're unemployed, and that's definitely true. But in many other cases, if you're working in dollars, you can't believe how much money they're making. Secret 3 you already have almost everything you need to get started. All right, you think, oh, well, I have to start a new career. I've got to get this, I've got to do that. You're sitting on most of it right now. If you're on this webinar right now, you already have the hardware to get started. Okay, so let's jump into this. The first one, anyone can do this. You do not need a teaching degree. You do not need to be a teacher, all right? Can you speak English? If yes, then you can teach English online, all right? You're going to need a few extra things, of course, but that's why I'm here today. Okay, firstly, you will need a TEFL certificate. TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language. You may have heard of it, may not have. You may have heard of ESL, ESL, or TESOL, or CELTA, and it's all the same thing, all right? It's all depends on the country. In America, they call it TESOL or ESL, the ESL. As well, in Asia, it's ESL. And CELTA is the same TEFL course, but provided by the University of Cambridge. And you have to go to in-class courses as well. If you've got 2,000 euros to do that, go. Secondly, you'll need a computer with an internet connection, which I assume all of you on this webinar have at the moment. And thirdly, another important but not essential requirement is a university degree in any field. Now, I'm not saying you need a university degree to do the course, but many employers are going to ask you if you have a degree. I recently saw an advert for a company, pretty well-known company as well. They called Dada ABC, and they asked for a TEFL certificate or a degree in any field. So they give you a choice. So you're going to need at least one of them. Like, I don't have a degree, and I've been teaching for 12 years, so I know it's possible. I did an online course, I don't have a degree, and I've never had any problems getting work whatsoever. So I know this is possible. Okay. So we're going to have a quick look at the TEFL certificate. You'll need to do a 4-week, 120-hour TEFL certification course, which we will provide. So we offer two options, the online course, which is for basic support, and job support and those kind of things, and a complete online course, which is full support plus a whole bunch of extras, which we'll go through in a moment. Now, when I say 120 hour, that's how many hours they predict you will take, and I say 4 weeks because that's the average time it takes to complete the course. It's an online course on an online platform, and you log in when you have the time, and you work at your own pace. So you could complete it in less time or more time, depending on your schedule and the times that you can log on. All right, let's have a look at the online course. All right, with the online course, you'll get an internationally recognized online TEFL course, the 120-hour certificate, and then the great thing that I like about this specific course is the Teaching Young Learners module and the Teaching Business English module. These are two extra courses. They're 20 hours each, so you're talking an extra 40, so about 160 hours in total. Teaching young learners, teaching children, obviously, all right? There's a lot of techniques, there's a lot of tips and tricks that you learn over there as well, how to engage younger learners in the classroom, how to approach the class in general that you wouldn't know otherwise. And the same for the Business English module, how you can engage business people and what language to use and how to construct the classes and things like that as well. That's definitely going to give you a bonus. If you must include these on your CV afterwards, because it's not taken for granted that these courses are included in a typical TEFL course. All right, so we'll help you with that at the end as well. Online tutor support and advice. All right, so when you apply, you will be assigned a tutor, your own tutor. Okay, and this person you can email anytime, day or night. All right, and any questions you may have, and all your exams that you write at the end of the courses, at the end of the modules, and any assignments that you are given to do, you give them to your online tutor. All right. You also be given lifetime job club membership. This is on the website as well. Anytime you can go and search for jobs there, but I'm going to provide you with even more. All right. Job guarantee for all graduates. You see there's a little asterisk there. Like I said, 93% of the people that have done this course have found a job. This is subject to an interview by the employer, obviously, because we're not giving you a job at the end. The employer is. Excuse me. So also, this is an optional extra here, the Cambridge TKT online course. So TKT stands for Test Your Knowledge, Test Your Teaching Knowledge, okay? So this one is an optional course. You'd have to pay extra for it, but it's basically a separate certification provided by Cambridge just to say that, look, this person did an online course or a TEFL course, and we've tested them, and they know what they're talking about, basically, all right? This certificate that you get is accepted by employers worldwide. You can see by ESL employers there as well. So ESL, TEFL, TESOL, all the same thing. And a 12-month money-back guarantee. So I've negotiated with the ITO, and they've decided that they will give me 2 courses. All right. So, and your 12-month money-back guarantee. So if you cannot secure employment after 12 months, after an entire year, you just give back your certificate and they give you back your money. End of story. All right. So we're guaranteeing it. Sorry, jumped ahead. The complete online course. Okay. So the second option we offer is the complete online, which is everything in the previous package, obviously. And on top of that, I've negotiated some deals with other people in the industry. So we'll get you a professionally written resume, a CV basically, and a cover letter writing service targeted specifically at the ESL industry. Now, you may have a CV, but I was speaking to our partners, Just ESL Jobs, that will be doing this, and just last week, and Rachel was telling me that some of these employers see 3,000 CVs a month. So what is your CV going to do differently to stand out from those other 3,000 people? All right. And this is where this service comes in. I highly recommend that. Also, I've negotiated a deal with them, so we get it for even cheaper. Lifetime membership to our Teachers Resource Center. Now, if you visited our website, www.eteflonline.com, you will see on the top there's a tab for Teachers Resource Center. When you click on it, it's password protected. Okay, so this is going to be in there. Inside there, we've got links and downloads and training videos and a whole bunch of other stuff to help get you started. Okay, and on top of this, a free TEFL Teacher Starter Pack with useful links to the websites. That's the one that's in the Teachers Resource Center. And also, I've got professional ESL teachers to create lesson plans to help get you started. So it's done for you, lesson plans. So when you get out, when you get your certificate and you get your first classes, you've already got some lesson plans to help you get going with all the documentation that comes with it, all the media, the photos, the worksheets, everything. It's all right. And a new exciting addition that I mentioned earlier, one that I'm so excited about today, that I'm going to mention at the beginning. All right. So I think that is going to help us, both of us, a lot. Okay. The second thing that you're going to need is a computer with an internet connection. An advantage of teaching English online is the fact that getting started is relatively easy, and startup costs are generally low given you already have access to the required equipment. Okay, so if you're sitting on this webinar right now, it's because you have the internet connection and you have a computer. Maybe some of you are on mobile. I can see that at least 3 are on Android. Okay. Yeah. And the main essentials you will need to teach English: hardware. All right. You will need a laptop or desktop computer with a webcam. So laptops come with webcams built in already. If you have a desktop computer, you're going to need to get a webcam. You will need reliable high-speed internet connection between 3 and 10 megabytes. Some require more, up to 20 megabytes, but I've only ever found one of them, and they don't hire South Africans anyway. They only hire North Americans. So it doesn't matter. 3 to 10 megabytes on average. All right. You also need a microphone and a headset. It's not obligatory, but it definitely helps. If you're someone like me that talks with your hands flying around in the air all the time, it definitely helps to have a headset, okay? It's also going to make it easier for you to hear your student and easier for them to hear you if you're speaking through a mic, all right? And that's imperative, I think. It's not obligatory, but for me it is. Software. Skype would be one of them, all right? I'm pretty sure most of you know what Skype is. A lot of teaching online is done over Skype. So it's the most well-known and commonly used one. One-to-one video calls, group video calls. You can use instant messaging service, and you've got the screen sharing capabilities. So if you've got something on your computer that you want to share, a website or a photo or a video, you can share your screen and you can use it. And of course, it's free, so that's the best one. Another one that many online teachers use is Zoom. Perhaps you've never even heard of it. It's quite big in the online teaching community. Okay, the benefits of these, big long list as you can see. It's fantastic and it's reliable connection. Our HD video and audio lessons. You can embed videos and play the audio from a video. You can share your screen like Skype as well. It's got a whiteboard function as well that you can write on a whiteboard with your mouse. You can have private and group video chats. You can schedule and have recurring lessons. The basic plan is free, and this allows you to use unlimited one-on-one meetings as well as up to 40 minutes for groups. All right, and most companies online, you're teaching your classes are between 25 and 40 minutes anyway. So this is more than enough. You could actually get by on just the free one. If you'd like to have meetings, all right, the meetings function, this is for group classes that will be longer than 40 minutes. So you can upgrade to the Pro plan, and that's like $15 a month. So if you're, I mean, basically that's what you'd be earning per hour anyway. So it's well worth the investment. And you can create breakout rooms. This is the one part I like the most, all right? You can partner students off. So if you've got a group together, you say, okay, the two of you go and work together on this one, and you break them up into little groups. You can create separate little breakout rooms for them, and they'll work together. And the students can record and save their sessions onto their hard drive, all right? So in Skype, I don't think that's possible. You'd have to record your screen through another program of some sort, and then do it like that. Some other things you will need. You'll need a PayPal account. This is the most common form of online payment amongst online English teaching companies, right? And you'll need a quiet, well-lit home office or workspace. If you've got kids, for example, I would recommend a separate room so they're not running around screaming while you're giving a class. But if you work at home, or if you're alone during the day, you can just work in your lounge. You can work in the dining room if you want. All right, just have a quiet space. Also, just remember your background is important if you're doing video classes. All right, so you're gonna have to have a whiteboard or a white wall or something with pictures if you're teaching kids, something to make it look like they're in a classroom and it's a fun space for them to be learning in. And the PayPal account, if you don't have one yet, is very easy to set up. I think I posted a video as well online. It's like 1 minute and 49 seconds to start an account. Okay, and it's free. A lot of the stuff to get set up is always free. All right, so these are all the things that you're going to need. The second secret I want to talk about is you can make more in a few hours than you are now making in a full day. So some online English teaching companies provide a flat rate of payment per hour, while others allow you to set your own hourly rate. Now, this is only when you've really got a lot of experience in the industry that you can say, well, I don't want to work for that. I want to work for this. This is how much I cost. But in the beginning, you're just going to have to take what they give you. Okay? Generally speaking, that is between 10 and 40 US dollars per hour, depending on your level of qualifications, what type of instruction you are giving in the lesson as well. That's why I said earlier, when you specialize in something like Cambridge exams or in kids or kids with special needs or whatever, all right, then you can start getting more and more money per hour. If you're a first-time English teacher, you'll likely be making $10 to $20. All right, I always try to be as conservative as possible. All right, to start. So if you're a fluent English speaker with a eTefl certification, that is, okay? If you choose to work for an agency that finds and recruits and schedules work for you, then that agency may take a cut of your hourly wage. So perhaps you don't want to work for a company, you want to work for yourself. But where are you going to get students? All right, so there's agencies out there that will recruit, will find all the students for you, and then send them your way. But they're going to take a cut of your hourly wage, so remember that. All right, let's do a little quick rundown of what it could be. All right, for example, if you work 3 hours per day, that's part-time now, okay? 5 days a week, and we take it at $10 per hour, the smallest amount out there, all right? I haven't even seen an advert for this, but just to be safe, $10 an hour. You can earn $600 per month. That's part-time. So you work 3 hours a day. There's the math in front of you. 3 hours at 5 days, 15 hours a week. 15 hours a week at $10 is $150 a week. $150 times 4 weeks in a month on average is $600 a month. That's 7,150 Rand per month working 3 hours a day. So you could keep your job, come home in the afternoon, work 3 hours, and you get an extra 7,000 Rand a month. So when you start changing this dollar into rands, this is where things get really interesting. So another example, if you work 3 hours a day, same amount of time, but now you're earning $20 an hour, all right? You get 3 times 5, 15 hours, of course. 15 times 20 is 300 people. We're just doubling it from the last one, all right? So that's $1,200 a month. That's 14,000 Rand per month if you're earning $20 an hour. This is working part-time, all right? So maybe for someone in America, $1,200 or someone else, I don't know, that's a small amount of money, or it doesn't go very far. In South Africa, 14,000 Rand when you're working part-time is a lot of money, all right? Now I'm going to give you another example, which is on the extreme side of things, okay? Now what if you work full-time at 20 hours, $20 an hour? So you work 8 hours a day. And I posted in that blog from that woman that I spoke about earlier, that's on the Facebook page. She is working 8 hours a day, so it is very possible. So you got 40 hours a week at $20, 800 a week. That's $3,200 a month, which is 38,000 Rand a month. You could, if you did this full time as a South African from South Africa, you could be working from home and earning 38,000 Rand a month full time. Now, I want to be very clear on this. This is not, you're not going to finish your 4-week course and fall with your bum in the butter, as they say, and get 38,000 Rand a month. This is something you're going to have to work up to, okay? And a lot of these companies, this is just your base salary. Most of the big companies offer performance bonuses. After you work for them as well for a certain amount of time, you get a raise. If your students as well at the end rate you, how was your class? And they give you stars, whatever, right? The higher your stars, or the more bonus money you get, right? So this is just the base. There's the possibility to earn even more from this, okay? So can you imagine earning that much money for just a few hours chatting online? Wouldn't that be great? I mean, if you're playing with kids as well, if that's your thing as well, hand puppets and whatnot, you can just be talking to interesting people online as well, adults from all around the world, getting invited to Kung Fu lessons and things like that, right? This is happening right now all over the world. And if you think this is an exaggeration, I'd like to show you this guy, Dan Didio. Dan Didio works for VIP Kid. This is the company I mentioned earlier. Now, this is an example because he's an American. They hire Americans only. He's making $75,000 a year working full-time online. There's a video. I will put it in at the end of the webinar as well. I'll show you a link that you can go watch an interview with him, and he explains exactly how he did it and how he started and his background and everything. It's a very interesting story. So they're actually using him for their promotional material. He earns $200 a day, something like that. But he is, of course, he's been working for many years. He's got a lot of experience, and he works his butt off every day, all right? So if this is something you can, I'm just showing the potential of what this could be for you, okay? Now, we're talking big lot, we're talking money, all right? But with money comes taxes. I wanted to be clear on this as well, okay? Paying taxes. Many online English teaching jobs categorize you as an independent contractor or you're self-employed. Okay, this means it's your responsibility to report your earnings. The company will not do it for you. Okay, so one benefit of working online, though, if you pay your taxes, that is that the tax office will allow you to write off a portion of your home or your apartment as a home office. I do this here in Spain. I present all my electricity bills, heating bills, internet bills, all of these things to my accountant, and it gets deducted from my taxes at the end of the year. So you can also write off your expenses like your computer, like I said, your internet, your webcam, your microphone. Anything you buy, your teaching supplies, anything you buy for your business, it's your business, it is taken off. You can deduct from your tax, okay? But I would suggest that you speak to somebody who's a professional in this industry, a tax lawyer, maybe you've got a friend or your father or your uncle or somebody in the family that knows about these things, and speak to them about it, because every country is different. But in South Africa, I know for a fact that you can write it off as tax, all right? Okay, so those are the very practical areas of this. Your third secret jam, you already have almost everything you need to get started. Normally, setting up your own online business is incredibly difficult. It's time-consuming and expensive. Trust me, I know, I've done it, all right? I started this online business 2 years ago, and it's been a roller coaster, I'll tell you that much, all right? There's a lot that goes into it. But with online teaching, none of that is relevant to you. All the hard work is done for you. Right? You don't need to set up a business. You don't need to find students. You don't need to advertise. You don't need to do a payroll. You don't need bookkeeping. Nothing of the sort. All right? All you need to choose your hours, prepare your classes, and you show up at the agreed time and get paid. Okay? So one of the things is when you're working for these companies, they put out a schedule. All right? At the beginning of the month or the beginning of the week or whenever they do it. So they put it like normally it's a Google spreadsheet. So you log in and you click and you choose your times that you want to say, okay, I'll be available then. Then you click and you click and you click and you book your time slots. So if it's a big company, book fast before you get left with all the hours that you don't want. All right. So there's a whole bunch of things that you need to take into account when working online. In fact, I'm going to share with you a new way later on to make even more money with us, even when you aren't teaching, because I've thought as well that while you're studying as well, I know I'm speaking to a lot of people online as well via email, that you're working part-time or you're not working at all, and it's going to take at least 4 weeks, 5 weeks maybe, let's be conservative, before you can actually start applying for jobs even, and then from then on, when are you going to get hired, and then when are you going to get paid? So you've got to keep that in mind. So I've thought about a way to help you make some money in the meantime as well, okay? I haven't made this public yet, because I wanted to offer it to you first on this webinar. All right, but you're going to have to wait a little bit. I'll talk about it soon, all right? So, you want to work, but who is hiring? All right, so there's many people, many online English teachers. This little list I've got here is a tiny fraction of the companies, all right? I'm still trying to compile a list, but there's literally hundreds of them, and when it's ready, I promise I will put it on the website and I'll email it out and all of that. but it's just an enormous list, okay? Some that come highly recommended are VIP Kid. I put them at the top of the list, and I put a little asterisk there because, like I said, they only hire Americans and Canadians, but they are a $4 billion company. I posted a link on the Facebook page as well to them. It's just to give you an idea of where this industry is going. So look at these people. The woman who started it was, I think she dropped out of university, and then she started this company, and it's just taken off. Lingoda is another one. 51 Talk 915, and then Dada ABC, who's the one I was telling you about earlier. So if you don't have a degree, I would apply to them first. They're also a massive company, and they offer lots of bonuses, and they have their own software as well. Oh yes, one thing that I forgot to mention there. You can use Skype or the Zoom, but some of these big companies like Dada ABC and VIP Kid, they have their own software, their own teaching software, okay? But if you get a job with them, don't worry about it. They will teach you how to use it. They will do all the training for you. And any one of these companies that you come across online that have numbers and letters like 51 Talk or Talk 915, these are all Chinese companies. That's where the major market is in China, in the Far East. China, Vietnam, Thailand, okay, those areas. We've got a question here from Karina. Which ones for degree teachers? Any one of them. Any one of them. If you're a degree teacher, then the world is your oyster. All right, there's really no limit on it. And some of them, like these are the ones that pay the most. All right, Liquid Language is another one. iTalki, they've got such great names. Swoosh. All right. I will, like I say, I will eventually get around to completing that list. But in the meantime, after this webinar, for example, you can just start Googling, all right? Googling for things as well. And I'll show you some forums on Facebook as well that you can join, and they'll show you as well. All right. So that's basically what I wanted to discuss when it comes to who's hiring, what you need, and the potential for income in this as well. All right. Now, I just want to, on the next couple of slides, I want to show you what it is that I'm offering you today. And I want to show you the value of each of these things if you had to go out and do it all by yourself, all right? And where you would get it from and how much it would cost, all right? So first of all, you would need that TEFL course, all right? The online TEFL course. And that's valued at $297. That's the average price, and that's the price on ITO's website. If you had to go to the International TEFL organization, that's what you would pay for a course, and most people are the same. But like I said, I negotiated with them as well, all right? So have a look. This is just a reminder. This is what was in that course. You get the certificate, the young learners, the 2 bonus things. You get the tutor support, the job guarantee, and the optional thing. But since I have been speaking to them and working with them for so long, I've negotiated for them to give us another course for free. So if you go through this, you go through eTefl online, you'll get 2 courses for the price of 1, which are valued at $594. All right. So this is a good deal. This is a great deal. This is something that you could do with a partner or a friend or a family member, and you could both do the course and then split the cost. All right. This is a great option. Now, I'm going to add some more things to you. No matter what option you choose at the end, the free course, I want to make this clear as well. The free course will only be the basic online course, the standard online course that we discussed. Okay. Not with all the CV writing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's a free course. Really. Okay. And this is well worth it. All right. So, like I said, you can do it with your partner, you can do it with friends, family members, whatever you want. All right, this is for you to share, to sell on, to split the cost, give away if you're such a lovely person. Okay. The second thing, or the third thing. All right, so there's the 2 free courses, and then I'm going to throw in the CV and the cover letter that I spoke about earlier. This is valued at $150. All right, so that's the professionally written CV targeted at the TEFL industry. This is done by our friends at Just SL Jobs. All right, they're based in the Far East at the moment. I think he said Manila. They've recently moved. They were an Australian company now. Now, these people do this for a living. This is all they do. They recruit. They have partnerships with schools and other recruiters in the area, and they provide professional services. And on their website, this service costs $150, but I have negotiated, obviously, and gotten a better price for us as well. So I'm going to throw that in as well. So we're talking there. We're already up to a value of about $744. All right. The fourth thing that we're going to throw in that we spoke about earlier is the TEFL Teacher Starter Pack, which are valued at about $200. So this is one of the done-for-you lesson plans that I've had professionally made. The access to the Teachers Resource Center. Now, if you think the Teachers Resource Center is a membership website. Membership websites typically cost $10 a month, maybe $12 a month, something like that. And while I'm talking about dollars, I know you're thinking we're all in South Africa. Yeah, well, most people are in South Africa. Why is everything in dollars? The whole industry works on dollars. The course providers are working on dollars, even though just eTefl Jobs are an Australian company that are now in the Far East. They work in dollars. You get paid in dollars. I just want everybody to get this idea, start working with dollars in your head. Because if you're going to go forward with this, you've got to get very comfortable with the idea of dollars and what a dollar value is and start working with it on a day-to-day basis. Okay? So the Resource Center, for example, the membership site is typically $10 a month on average, let's say. That's $120 a year just for 1 year. And you have this for lifetime. Okay? This is what useful links, and it's got all these training videos. And we're adding to it every single day. It gets bigger and bigger, and more resources in there. So whenever I find good stuff, I put it in there for you, okay? And I'll be adding some more stuff. Now, these training and resources are going to help you, whether you're teaching kids, or whether you're teaching adults, whether you're doing conversational language as well. There's links as well to go and buy some extra resources. Some of the stuff is not free, obviously. Amazon has a huge, huge selection of books you can download for conversational classes as well. Very, very good stuff that comes highly, highly recommended. Okay? And then the fifth thing, this is the one I wanted to talk about. The thing I'm so excited about. I'm waving my hands in the air here while I talk. All right, the eTefl online referral program. All right, this is going to help you earn a bit more money while you are studying for the course and afterwards, of course. All right, and it won't cost you anything extra. It won't be anything extra on your time as well. So you get the TEFL, the online TEFL course. You get the second free course. You get the CV and the cover letter. The teacher starter pack with the access to the teacher's lounge, I like to call it, all right, online, and then this extra thing, all right? So this is something I've been working on, and a few people I've been testing it with as well that are actually on this webinar as well, all right? So the total, I'm valuing this at $197 because if somebody who is already TEFL qualified and teaching wants to join the program, I'm going to charge them $197 for it. So we're talking at a value of already $1,141. Right? This is just the value of what these things are. Don't go running away just yet. Okay? This is what makes us different. This is what sets us apart. My vision here for eTefl Online is I want to have a community, all right? Create a community of educators and entrepreneurs. You are working online. If you're going to be working online and studying online, you are already online anyway. While you're there, why not amplify your skills a bit, all right? So let's have a look at those quickly. I'm getting some messages here from Cassandra. If you already have a 120-hour online TEFL certificate from another company, well, what if you have it? I told you earlier, if you want to join this, you can just email me afterwards, and I will send you some links to go and sign up for some recruitment agencies. Are you looking for work specifically? All right. If you want to be part of this as well, just wait until the end, and I'll give you a link as well, and we can have a look at it afterwards. All right. So to work online, like I said, it's all about freedom, like we discussed in the beginning. You're free to choose your own hours, free to travel, spend more time with your loved ones, whatever it is that you decide your own future, all right? So while we're online, there's a whole bunch of things you can do. Working online allows you to have multiple streams of income. I have multiple streams of income online as well right now. And it's something that you don't know before you start doing it, and I'm trying to share it with you in advance. So these things you don't realize until you start doing them, all right? So with eTefl Online referral program, we're going to provide you with resources and training to earn commissions by promoting our courses. Now, this is an extra thing, and it's not obligatory. I just want to share it with you, all right, for the people that are interested. So yeah, I'm not going to ask you to be selling anything. You're not going to be a salesman or anything like that. So I want to just explain what's included here. You won't have to do any selling of any kind, all right? You don't have any phone calls. And there's no extra cost to you whatsoever. It's special for people that are on this webinar today. So all you have to do is share a link to our sign-up page. Some of you that have signed up to this or on my email list, you clicked on a Facebook ad, right? There was a little picture of the world map with all the little faces on it, and you put in your email address and your name, and you clicked watch the video, all right? Same thing. You'll be given a link that is unique to you, and people, when they click on it, will be taken to a web page that looks exactly like that, fill in their details, and that person will then be linked to you for life. When that person that clicked through your link and registers under your name buys a course, you will get a commission simply for referring that person. That's your job done. You can basically tell people, this is what I'm doing, I'm studying this course, or when you're working online, this is what I do for a living. If you're interested, click on this link for more info. Done. That's all you need to do. I will take care of the rest. I've got my partners as well. We've got the ITO, and we'll take care of the rest, everything after there, okay? So also I'll help you, if you're interested, all right, in starting a blog. Lots of people that teach online, like that person that I shared with you, shared on the Facebook page a couple of days ago, that woman that works full time. She has a blog and she earns extra money through that because you're online, you're doing it anywhere. Share your story and it can help you earn some extra income while you're at it. All right. So, for example, what's included? Commissions are standard 30% across the board. So if your referee, this is the word, I looked it up, all right, not football referee, enrolls in the online course, someone who clicked on your link, registered under your name, enrolls on the course, you get 30% if they buy. That's $89. That's 1,000 Rand just for sharing a link. This could happen while you're sleeping, all right? Who knows what time this happens? Or if they enroll in the complete online course, that 30% of the 397 is $120 almost. That's 1,400 Rand in extra commissions just for sharing the link. I just want, like I said, I want to create this community of people out there that are sharing and promoting and educating everybody. All right, this is what I want. And if I can share my income with you, I don't mind one bit at all. I'm more than willing to share the income with you guys. All right, I want to create this community like I'm talking about. It's good for you. It's good for me. There's benefits for everybody. So this is what I'm talking about, the power of working online. All right, can you imagine earning 1,000 Rand while you sleep? You could be sitting on the couch, cruising through Facebook, and you get an email saying, hey, you've earned a commission. Here's 1,000 Rand. Thank you very much. I'm happy to do it. I'm really happy to do it. It costs a lot of money. I'll explain to you why my motivation for this as well is. It costs a lot of money to advertise. If I have people out there promoting for me, it's good for me. So I'm happy to share the results with you. Happy. The combination of having a career that helps others while you're online teaching and helping people improve and grow and get the job they want and live in the country they want to, and to earn a passive income, makes this an unmissable opportunity. I'm again speaking here with my hands flailing in the air. I'm very excited about this, and I hope I'm coming across like that and that you are getting excited about this as well. This is a great opportunity. All right? So just to recap everything, you get the 120-hour course, you get the free online course that comes with that, you get the cover letter and the CV, the eTefl Teacher Starter Pack, also the membership with all the links and the videos and the training videos and everything else. And well, I wanted to mention about the training videos. Things like, even if you finished a 120-hour online eTefl course, that's not you can't possibly in 120 hours learn everything there is to know about teaching. I've been teaching for 12 years and I learn something new every day that I'm in the classroom. All right. And these training videos are specifically to teach you how to teach certain aspects of the language, how to teach grammar, how to teach pronunciation. All right. Some of these things, they just can't be covered in 120 hours or even 160 hours. Okay. The eTefl course gets you basically your foot in the door when you're trying to get a job. And then you learn on the job. It's like with anything. I mean, if you do a 4-year economy degree and you walk out of university, you're not an economist. All right. You have to get in there and get working before you become what you have studied to become. And it's the same here. All right. And the online referral program as well, which I'm giving away today, which is valued at almost $200. So that's a total value of $1,141. But because you're on this webinar today, I'm going to do it for $397. All right. So, and I know that some people on here as well are not particularly interested in certain options that I've been adding to these things, and that's fine. So I've developed a few extra things here for you. I've got some different options for you available. You can do the complete online. That's with the CV and the course and all of that included in the membership with the referral program for $397. And there's the website, the eTeflonline.com. You could just go click on there and you buy that course, you enroll in that course, the complete online, and I'll give you everything with that. Or if you want it without the referral program, you go online again to eTeflonline.com and you click on the complete online course, and at checkout, use a code called Webinar100. There it is at the bottom, and I'll give you $100 off the course. How's that sound? All right. And that Webinar 100, I haven't got it written down here, but you can also use that coupon to get the standard online course, which is normally $297, so you'd get that for $197. Now remember as well, with all of these, you get a second course for free. All right, so you'd get an online course free with every option that you choose. All right. So if you're on this webinar and you've made it this far, we need you. All right. This is the people I'm looking for. I'm looking for people that can help me grow this business and that are dedicated and that are committed to doing this. All right. This is the kind of people that I'm looking for. Just to recap again on this one, those are the options that I've got for you. All right. I've spoken so much now. I'm going to drink some tea. But I hope that this helped you today. I hope that you can see the potential of what's happening here. And I would like to speak to you now in the chat room at the bottom here. For anybody who would like to ask me any questions, and I'll help you with the purchase of this as well. I'll show you where to go and exactly how to set everything up and what to do. All right. Thank you very much for coming. If you have any extra questions, I'm just going to stay online now. I'm going to leave this window open, and we can do anything in the chat room. And in the meantime, if you're ready to go to eTeflonline.com. Click on those courses that you're interested in. If you have any problems while you're doing that, just let me know. I will put my email address in here for you at the bottom. So if you have any problems while you're trying to do that, oh, I've got caps lock on. Excuse me. There we go. So have a click on that. You can send me any messages that you like. Ask me any questions you want. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining. I hope that you got some very useful information out of this. Some question here from Robbie. What if your degrees include professional services, for example, pharmacy and MBA? Is this useful? Yes, of course it's useful. Indeed, there's a lot of aspects to that could be useful to your career, most definitely, and on your CV as well. This is something we need to discuss with Just eTefl Jobs, because they are the people that they were speaking to me about this as well, and talking about how to construct this CV. The employers are looking for specific keywords. Like I said, they're looking at 3,000 different CVs a month. They need these. They're looking for specific words. Now, you don't know what those words are when you're writing a CV. I don't even know what those words are, but they do. That's why I'm working with these professionals. All right, so they will help take all the skills that you have and all the qualifications that you've got and present them in a way that seems beneficial to the employer. All right, I'm sure there's skills that you have that you can highlight in a way that will make it attractive to the employer. That's what they will do. Also, like some people's CVs are 3-4 pages long. That's not right. All right, what do companies classify a 4-year higher diploma in secondary education? Associate degree? I'm sure they would. Yes, a 4-year higher diploma. Yes, I would. When I'm putting that on the CV, I would just say a 4-year degree. All right, I would just say secondary education. Yes, I would just say it's a 4-year degree in secondary education. That would work. They want a 4-year course is what they classify as a degree. All right, no problem, Angelique. Any other questions? Oh yes, Bridget. Yes. If you already have a TEFL certificate and an online TEFL certificate, what exactly are you looking for, Bridget? Are you looking for employment? Look, I'll tell you what, I'll put it right here, right now. All of you can go and do this so far. So long, at least. Go to, let me type it in here. JustETefljobs.com. To teach online, yes. All right, so go to Just eTefl Jobs, and on the top right-hand side, there's Candidates tab. You click on Candidates, and it'll go Profile, or Upload Your Profile, something along those lines. Create a profile with them, all right? While you're there, and in that profile, you just put your basic details. You can upload images, tell them that you're already qualified with your TEFL certification, and then they will help match you with specific jobs. All right. If you still want to be part of the referral program as well, I'll be happy to put you in there as well, and I won't even charge you $197. We'll make a special deal for you. All right. Just email me afterwards. Let's see who else. Yes, Belinda. I'll send you an email after this with the login details. Okay. Cassandra, once you get your certificate and you find a company to work for, do you get training before teaching online? Because it's quite it is quite nerve-wracking. I clearly remember my first day teaching. It was very nerve-wracking. Yes, these companies will give you a little bit of teaching advice. All right. There's also some videos. You can watch videos online before you go on YouTube. YouTube is an incredible resource. You can learn to fix your car or learn to teach English on YouTube. All right. I would suggest, that you go and watch some YouTube videos as well. I've spoken to some people as well that know people who run daycare centers or creches or whatever, and they just go for one day or in the morning and just help with the kids. You could volunteer to go and work in some of these places. I mean, it's good for you. It's good for the community. You can just go and ask around and just volunteer, and that will give you some insight at what it is to run a class and to teach kids, for example, if that's what you're into. All right. Are you able to purchase the other three elements: the CV letter, starter packs, referral? Yes, yes. Like I said, I'll organize that with you if you want. Just send me an email after that. I've given you my email there, and explain to me exactly a bit more in detail what you've got, where you've done it, and what you're exactly looking for. All right? Ursha, you are almost done with 140 hours TEFL. How can I help? Well, I can send you some links, like I said, to getting. Just click on the Just ESL jobs, for example. Have you registered with us as well, Ursha? Are you on the mailing list? Because if I've got your email already, then I can email you some other links as well and some resources where you can go and find out more and apply for some jobs. All right, and I can also help you with the CV. I can put you in touch with Just ESL Jobs. You can go to Just ESL Jobs right now, actually, and create a profile with them while you're waiting. And then I'll speak to them afterwards and tell them, hey, I've sent somebody your way, and we can organize a special deal for you. You won't have to pay 150. I can get that for cheaper for you. Any other questions? You are most welcome, Angelique. Just remember, send me that email. We'll sort it out. You too, Belinda. Chat soon. Cheers, Bridget. And Mariana too. Thank you, Diana. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you, Karina. I hope that you sensed my enthusiasm over this webinar. Great. If you could see me, hands waving everywhere. No, that's not. Wow, Karina, that's quite a resume you've got going there already. Well, Karina, I don't think you'd have any issues getting employment. Eh? You're welcome. Great. I'm glad I could help. Sure. Gia, how is that pronounced? All right, I'll do the same. I've made a recording of this anyway, so I'm gonna put it up onto Facebook, and I'll send you a link. Facebook, well, Facebook and YouTube, and I'll send you a link so you can watch it as well. Like Jacques, like Gia. Ooh, very nice. Okay, Robbie. Robbie's typing something. You're welcome, Belinda. Anytime. Well, Karina, if you want to be part, you've got the TEFL certificate. Look, like I said, I'll have to work out a price for you. You can join the referral program because there's some admin on my part as well. So it does require effort. Look, I said that eTefl online referral program 197. Since you're already qualified, I can do it for 97. All right, and then I can give you access as well to the Teachers Resource Center and those training videos and whatnot included in that. And then I'll create a specific link for you, and then you can share that. And then when those people sign up, you will have your own one, and I can trace it back to you. Because if you're sharing Facebook posts and things like that, and people like it, there's no way I can tie that back to you unless you have a specific link that I can track. That's for Karina. Robbie, do all these courses? Yes, yes, I know. I was working with a woman. She's a colleague of mine now at this academy I'm working at. She's been teaching for 15 years. At one point, she owned her own academy, and now she's down here on the coast working with us. And she wants to work for Cambridge English Language Assessment as a speaking examiner. And they won't hire her because she doesn't have a TEFL degree. She doesn't have a TEFL course certificate. It's silly, I know, but the TEFL course really is it's specific for teaching English to foreign language speakers. So even though you have a lot of experience teaching English or teaching in English, the people that you've been teaching to are English speaking already. There's a different way of approaching it. There's different techniques to get foreign speakers to understand what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, I think with your Robbie, this is how I'm speaking to Robbie right now. If you with your university lecturing, a total of 4 years, that's great. Put that on a CV. You would get a job, no worries. But a lot of companies just require that. They just want you to have a TEFL. Just like if you want to go work in China, you have to have a degree in any field. Having a degree in botany doesn't make you a better teacher of English. Like it's got nothing to do with it. But you can't get a teaching visa. You can't get a visa to work in China. It's called the Z visa without a degree. So it's just it's either the government wants it or the employer wants it, and it's going to be good for you. I mean, you're going to learn something from this course that you did not know before. That is going to help you. I would recommend that you do it anyway. Well, Karina, just email me afterwards. You got my email address. You can email me right now, actually. Chanel, you're welcome. Robbie, to get a visa for Thailand is difficult, even if you haven't done it online. I know many people that have gone to Thailand and done the course in Thailand, sitting in the classroom for 4 weeks, and at the end of their 6-month tourist visa, were not renewed. Thailand is saturated with English teachers at the moment, and the country is run by a military junta. So things have been tightened up a bit on the visa front. Yeah, Thailand. I mean, great, if Thailand's your thing, definitely try for it, obviously. But I know lots of stories of people that haven't been able to get visas, and they have degrees and they're in the country, so it doesn't really matter if you've done it online or not. But yeah, definitely in Thailand, if you're going to maximize your chances of getting a work visa for Thailand, I would be in Thailand if I were you. You're not even going to get a job. You can't. It's not a kind of country that hires people online before they even get there. You have to be in country. If you're looking, you could look at China. China will hire you before you even get there. Well, not China, the country, obviously. The employers in China will do that. No worries.